Hello.
How are you?
Good, good. Nice to meet you. Eva or Eva?
Ava.
Ava,
Yes.
the only one I did not guess.
No, no worries. Honestly, I'm so used to people saying it incorrectly, like I don't even notice. Like I respond to all of the variations. I don't even like notice, oh, they said it wrong. So no problem.
So Ava.
Yes.
Perfect. Great.
Well, it's so great to meet you. Sorry, of course, as soon as I hit record, my dog barks up a storm in the background, but I guess that's just how it's gonna be today. It's Monday. I'm gonna blame it on Monday. If this was yesterday, it wouldn't. If this was tomorrow, it wouldn't be happening.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm so excited to talk to you. I didn't mention this when we were emailing, but whenever short films still have the ability to be a commentary on something bigger, not necessarily. I'm trying to think of how to say this. When they can even have a commentary on some phenomenon, that's a true testament to you as a director, writer, producer, because you only got like 20 minutes to do so, and you did such a fabulous job in doing that. It's all about consumerism culture and the next big thing and that whole phenomenon of like supply and demand and marketing and all that. So was that ever something of interest to you in school that made you want to like turn it into an acting project, or were they kind of separate? I don't know if that made any sense.
Totally, totally. I don't think it's something that I thought about in school necessarily as much, but more recently in the past few years, especially with the dawn of social media, I really sort of got to thinking about how I was marketed to as a kid with
Mm,
infomercials and things like that. And so, especially once advertising became prevalent in Facebook and YouTube and a lot of social media, Instagram as well, I started to feel like I was at the whims of advertisers and products and
yes.
such, because it didn't start like that. If you remember, like Facebook or Instagram started out as, artist or connectivity platforms
And now it's
where
so many ads.
it's just littered with ads. I can't get through a 10-minute video, short video on YouTube without being shoved down something down my throat that my phone is listening to, which I found super interesting over the past couple of years. So that's something I definitely noticed and wanted to comment on.
Well, you did a great job. And I love that it was a product that like we've all obviously seen commercials for, like ketchup and mayonnaise and Heinz
Hmm.
ketchup. And then they change it and maybe there's less high fructose corn syrup or whatever it is. They're always trying to reinvent something or create something completely new. And it got me thinking, too, just the whole idea of we live in a very fast-paced environment. And you're all about in this film the next big product. But I'm wondering if, as an actor, as a director, as a writer, as a producer, that has any parallels to you in that realm. Like, do you ever feel so caught up in one project, but it's like, oh, by next week I need to book something else? Because with products, it's like as soon as a product hits the shelf, those people are already thinking of the next big thing.
Yeah, I think that's something I've thought about a lot over the last 2 years specifically, because a lot of what we're told is it's not about this project, it's about the next one.
Yeah.
Even especially with acting, it's not about seeing the casting director this time, it's about impressing them for the next time so they'll think of you. And I think that has sometimes it can have a positive effect, but it's a double-edged sword, I think, a lot of the
Mhm.
times, because sometimes it can take you out of the moment of the current project. And our my group Kid Cactus, who produced they're my production company, and my three co-producers who also star in the film. So we own Kid Cactus Comedy, and I think one thing that we've done really well, which is also a double-edged sword, because we take our time on a lot of our projects,
Mhm.
which can also be detrimental in some way, but we're not on a studio's timeline or anything like
That's
that. So we really try to do a good job of meditating on a project and letting our post-production team, or even in the writing process, making sure it's the best it can be so we're present in that thing. Because a lot of the time, especially with social media, you have the desire to want to put something out and then put something out right after that.
yeah.
And I think that, and kudos to the people who do that very, very well. but we come from, I think, a more traditional perspective where it's we really want to steep ourselves in one project for a little and make it the best it can be, instead of, because we started out as a sketch comedy group and we've
Mhm.
all grown to become directors and producers now in our shorts. And so we find that the more time we spend on a particular project, the more refined the result is in the end, and the more ability it has to have something like a commentary or a message, which I find really wonderful, because
Yeah.
I love utilizing comedy as a vehicle to comment on something.
Yes, and you did a great job with that, in this short film, and I'm sure you do just as good of a job in your other shorts and your sketches. And I think that's, sketch comedy is really, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not, like, I don't consume it that much, but when I do, I've noticed it seems to be more of a commentary than even a few years ago. A few years ago, it was just laughing, laughing, and now especially with like the entire like political climate and whatnot, I feel like there's always a deeper message. Even with comics, like I was reading The Family Circus and I'm like, wait, what? This is actually really deep. So it
Mhm.
just seems like all of pop culture is trying to achieve that. And you've paved the way and shown me that it can be done. So it's not really a question, I guess just a follow up. I wanted to commend you on that.
Thank you, and I totally agree with that, because one of my favorite sketch groups, I love Key and Peele, and I really really love a lot of the stuff they try to comment on in terms of like socioeconomics or classism or racism or anything of those. And I feel like comedy is a really great tool for that, because it's more accessible sometimes than a drama. Sometimes a drama, it's like, oh, this is too much for me.
Yeah.
I can't handle this. But I feel like comedy can open a door a little bit easier than drama sometimes, to make those hard discussions happen at a time when I think it's really important to.
Very true, when it allows for it to be more lighthearted. If we can take
Mhm.
a topic so serious or so, I don't even want to say controversial, but unfortunately, a lot of basic rights now seem like they're up in the air for, controversy or debate or whatever. If we can make those more inviting to talk about through comedy or through
Mhm.
sketch comedy or comics or whatever it is, then I think that helps a lot. And I didn't think of it like that. It's a lot more inviting for me to go watch like Seinfeld or The Office than it is for like even a drama. And the drama might be funny, but if comedy is like the basis holding it together, I
Mhm.
definitely see how that could be a very helpful tool.
Mhm.
So very, very good observation. And I don't want to give too much away about the short because I want everyone to go watch it. But I'm wondering, were there any like prop mishaps or anything funny with that? Did you guys like
Interesting.
fight with the ketchup at the end, like spray it on each other?
Yes, let me think. Prop mishaps. Prop mishaps. I think some of the funniest stuff is we didn't have a truck at the time, and so all these cabinets were just shoved into my 2004 Toyota Camry at the
Oh
time.
my
And so
gosh.
we're just making so many trips with these cabinets that we purchased off Craigslist, and that to me was really comical, because it was a pretty big set, and all of the stuff was transported in a Camry.
I
So it was
was gonna
multiple.
say, wow.
We rented the flats for the back walls. We rented a truck for that one day, but
Hmm.
most of the stuff was transported in a Camry. I also think what was really funny was Grant, the shirtless male model. We
Oh
used
yes.
real mustard. Yeah, we used real mustard for that, and so his abs were stained yellow
Oh
for,
no.
for like a few hours, which that really really made me laugh. And I think outside of that, Cyrus, the sword swallower, he
Hmm.
really made me laugh, because he comes up to me. He's a good friend of mine. We went to college together, and he's just amazing, amazing at a lot of circus stuff, circus-esque stuff. And he comes up to me and goes, "Do you want the sword swallow or the drill to the nose?" And I go, "The drill to the nose? I didn't know that was an option, but I think that might be too much for people around you. Let's
Yeah.
go with the sword swallow."
Yeah, I think
Uh,
that's definitely the better option too.
Yeah, so that really made me laugh. So I don't think there are any huge mishaps, particularly on set. Maybe before set happened, but Jared coming out of the cabinets was really funny too, because just having to reset all the pots and pans and whatnot, but not anything too over the top.
Well,
But we
that's
did lose, yeah, we did lose the, we forgot the follow focus ring the night before, or it wasn't included in our package. And so I think I had to call my good friend who runs Evidence Labs, and I was like, "Oh, the follow focus is not in the package." And I called it. I'm like freaking out at 12:30 in the morning,
oh
like double
no.
checking everything. My cinematographer Nate Gold is like, "The follow ring is not in the package. What are we gonna do?" And we're shooting at 6 a.m. So I just freaked out.
Oh, you don't have
And
a
he,
lot of time.
oh my gosh, he casually calls me, Jordan, at 12:30. He goes, "Oh, I just got out of a movie. What do you need?" Like,
Oh
oh my God,
no.
thank God you're up. So that was a mishap, but that got fixed quickly thanks to both of them. So that
Good.
was very scary the night before your worst nightmare, because the first shot was a big follow focus shot, the introducing shot of the film, not the bottom, but of the audience, and Arlo walking through the audience, and so that was terrifying to say the least, but we got through it.
Yeah, it's a type of thing you almost have to go in knowing like there will be something that will go wrong. Hopefully it's not that very first scene, but that's just, I guess it's kind of the nature of the business.
Yeah.
Same with like event planning. I remember in a class, it's like go in with the mindset something will go wrong, because if you don't, you're going to freak out even more. So I'm sorry that happened, but hey, it makes for a great story and you overcame it. So that's awesome too. And of course, we first connected because of Holly Shorts Film Festival, which
Mhm.
I love going to in person. Of course, it's virtual this year, but I'm wondering if you have any virtual film festivals coming up or which ones you've done, just anything you want to say about that.
We did the Chicago Comedy Festival earlier this year. So that was really fun, and that was online. It happened we were going to Chicago, and the week before we were supposed to go to in March, it got canceled or postponed because of COVID. And we were all just thinking, "Oh, couldn't it have just waited one more week?" But
Yeah.
all of us probably would have gotten COVID. So, so yeah, it is a good thing. But we did the Chicago Comedy Festival. We did Holly Shorts, and we have hopefully some other coming up. We're waiting to hear back from some others, but those are the two we've done this year, and it's gotten really great feedback from our friends and other filmmakers. So we're really happy just to be on the circuit right now, and feel very fortunate to be a part of it.
Oh yeah, and again, like I loved it. Congratulations on creating something that has been received well by others as well. I'm by no means like a critic or a filmmaker, so my opinion can only mean so much, but the fact that other filmmakers and stuff are complimenting you is awesome. Also, I'm so sorry the lighting changed. I hope this line on my cheek is not too distracting.
It's golden. It's
It like
beautiful.
will not go away. I've like tried to mess with it.
If you
It's a
put it in
manic
black and white,
Monday.
it'll be a film noir masterpiece.
Yeah, I mean, I have a ring light, but then I realized like that just kind of I shouldn't have I should have known when it was as cheap as it was that it wasn't gonna do much. So that's on me. So I was like, I'm not even gonna use it, and here we are. I'm just blaming everything on Monday today. But then if any interviews happen later this week, I don't have that excuse in my back
Oh no.
pocket. So I'm gonna have to get clever. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, you froze.
Yes, I froze. There we go.
Oh,
I'm back.
okay, cool. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can.
Cool. I was just ranting about how I can blame everything on Monday, but come tomorrow I won't have the Monday
Oh,
excuses in my
I,
back pocket. And one other thing, well, two other things. I obviously with this film, like I keep saying, it's very based on the fast-paced marketing culture. And you've seen parallels with that as just as yourself as an actor. But anything like in your personal life, have you ever felt like I need to take a step back? Because sometimes we're so much in our own head, we're so focused on our professional life and the next project, we forget to take time for ourselves. So have you ever experienced anything in that realm?
yes, a lot, quite frequently. And to me, I think it, especially entering Los Angeles as a younger, I came here when I was, I guess, 22. So
Mm.
I've been here for 7 years now, and or is it 8 years now? I can't remember. 7 or 8 years.
Oh wow.
So I think you feel when you first come to Los Angeles, you're at the whims of other people and their schedules, and you have to go to this, you have to go to this audition, you have to be on set all the time, and I think something important that I had to remind myself in the last few years is that you really have to take time to live, to tell your stories. And so living includes traveling or even
Mhm.
resting or hiking, whatever it may be. And so your experience is, those are your stories. And a lot of the times I feel like that in Los Angeles, there's so much pressure sometimes to stay in Los Angeles,
Oh yeah.
to get the part, to get the role, actors or directors or writers, anybody saying, I have to be here all the time to make something happen, when really a 3-month trip to Europe might help you. And that
Yeah.
actually might give you new perspective to write your next script or something. And so I feel like it's been very important to me, and a reminder to myself to, whether it's daily, to, hey, go on a hike today and don't bring my phone. I bought a watch recently and it made me really happy, and it gave me the option to connect it to my phone, and I said no. i'm
That
not
takes
gonna
some willpower.
I'm
Wow.
not gonna connect the watch to my phone, because I want to have the ability to check the time, and so I can be out in nature for 2 or 3 hours
Mm,
without being able to be at the will of my phone. And
yeah.
so that was a step recently that I took. And I think just overall, like I said, it's really important to, if you want to go do something, go live in another country or do something for an extended period of time, go do that, because it's really important and will inform your experience for the future. Next summer, I am hopefully, if the vaccine and everything turns out well, I'll hopefully be living in South America or Costa Rica for a few months, because I love Spanish and I
Oh
love speaking
wow.
Spanish. And so I've been learning for the past few years, and I really want to get fluent. And if I was 24, I might have said, no, I need to be here during the summer to go act. But realizing Los Angeles is always here, and you will always be able to come back
Yeah.
and tell a story and write a story, and your agents or your managers or whoever needs to be understanding. And if they're not, I think you should get new ones, because
Um,
those experiences are super, super important. And when I have traveled, they've informed my experience so much in my work, and I really, really feel refreshed and clean after traveling.
that's amazing. And I agree. We live in a society where if you go on a vacation that's quite literally to help you along the way, it's considered not productive because you're not staying in LA taking every audition. So
Mhm.
thank you. I think that will hopefully speak to a lot of people on my channel who are, in their early 20s who might feel that way about
Mhm.
maybe not even LA, but about, something else. So I think that's super powerful. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, go travel when it's safe, everyone. Not now. Please don't go now.
Yes,
But when
yes,
it's safe, I
definitely.
think that's a great
Mhm.
idea. And I'm gonna start trying to do that with my phone when I go on my walks. I'm
It's
gonna
so
take
refreshing. I will be, I, I'm outside and I'll find myself, oh, I got to take this call. It's like, no, my experience in nature is to relax and to meditate, not to be at the whims of an agent or a boss or even a friend who's like, I need
Mhm.
you to help me with this. Like, I can wait an hour.
Yeah,
Anything can wait an hour, and if not, then it's not that important.
yeah. They can wait an hour as well,
We've got horses and buggies and
I
letters.
I know. We just have to remember how it used to be, and people survived
Yeah,
then, so it's fine. It's hard though when it's so easy to reach for your phone.
yeah, yeah.
Well, Daniel, thank you again so much for the interview. It was so great talking to you. I'm excited to see where this goes next. I would love if you could recap your Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of that, for you, and then do you have any, yeah, for Kid Cactus Comedy, if you want to do that, and then where people can watch the film currently.
Great. So the social media is, follow us at Kid Cactus Comedy, and that's our main handle on Instagram. We have a Twitter account too, I think, and a Facebook. You can follow me personally at Daniel Fissmer, and that's at Daniel Fissmer, Fissmer. Had to think about how to spell my own last name. And currently, I think the film right now is touring the festival circuit, so it is not available for public consumption. Email me if you do want to watch it, though, and I will gladly send it to you
Oh, that's so
in
sweet.
an email if anybody is out there is interested after this interview. But next year, be on the lookout for we're releasing it under an anthology of short films.
Oh,
And,
wow.
yeah, we're making a 1 hour comedy special called What is Art? And we have 5 short films with an animated through line that is connecting
Mhm.
everything. So this will be one of the films in the anthology, and go check it out wherever it is in the future, but under the title What is Art?
Amazing. What a fun idea. And yeah, thank you so much. Anyone, just email me or Daniel if you are interested in watching the film, and we'll get you hooked up. It's
Yeah,
really good.
of
It
course.
really makes you think, like, what does this world come to? But yeah, fabulous job. And I hope that when it's safe and I'm back in LA, because I'm not there currently, I'd love to do another interview, just like a follow-up interview, in person, maybe on your next set of your next short or something fun like that. Or I'll come to a show. Do you perform?
We do perform. Yeah, the
Cool.
last live performance we did was at Sketchfest. We did a musical that we all wrote, and that was really fun. That was in San Francisco, I guess,
Fun.
last, like 2 years ago, maybe.
Okay.
So we're looking to do some more live performances once things start opening up. So I will certainly invite you, be on the lookout, and we
Cool.
will let you know when our next live performance is.
Awesome. Cool. Well, I will be there. That sounds great. Well, thank you again so much. And I can't say it enough, like, huge congratulations for creating something so special and informative and such a great commentary on just consumerism culture.
Great. Well, thank you so much for having me, Ava, and I really appreciate it. Everybody follow Ava and support her channel.
Yes, and follow Daniel and support all his shorts, which you'll get to see 5 of them next year in a row. Great. Well, thank you and have a great day, a great week.
All right, you too. Have a great one, Ava. Bye.
Bye.